Kicking off the annual town hall for StarValley. I'm just waiting on everybody to get in here. Or this might be the shortest town hall on record.
Yo. The fuck did I come back to? Smoke, you go again?
There's only four of us here. I say we adjourn the meeting and pay each other compliments for the next half hour.
Welcome, Manish.
Smokes give me the international hello. I like it. Thank you.
How's it drive?
Austin?
Yes.
Big burgers or
Meat. Sí, señor.
Didn't know you were a redneck.
Why are you flipping me off?
Actually, Nick, you're wearing a mullet. Wow.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
If I am, this is the shortest mullet on fucking record.
just starting to grow out.
It's what do they call it? Slick. Slick all your hair back. What the greasers did back in the 60s.
Oh, the grease. You look like a fucking greaser, actually.
Oh, I know.
So I'm gonna suggest a new nickname for Nick. It's gonna be Nick the Dick. What's that?
I think I heard that all growing up through fucking middle school, high school, college. Hell, I think even going back to grade school. Hell yeah, man. Exactly. You're the only one that made it important.
Exactly. The way it should be.
Everybody else was just jealous. You're actually decreeing me with the sword of Arthur.
That's right.
turkey bucking?
There go my man with the TV.
Serge, let me know what
My
I'm laying down under my desk. It's funny as shit. Yeah, buddy. How's that feel, Smoke? You nice and loose. I got plenty of room in here. You do this sort of thing often? Seems like. I'm gonna fucking shoot your dick off. Yeah, with something like that. Only it'll explode.
Ah, shit. Hello.
Welcome.
Got a blizzard outside my house.
He's naked. Is that what I see? Oh. Give everybody about 5 more minutes to get in here, and then we're gonna kick things off. Smoke, put the gun away. This is a civilized meeting, damn it. Oh, did I have to do some stupid command to actually
get this shit started. Cuz.
Yep. Alright, boys and girls. It's gonna be pretty simple. There's not a whole lot of us. Let's see. Going back 2 weeks. Doot. 15th. Alright, I'm just gonna run through these. Stop me if you got a question. Server restarts. We have added a third one, so it's now every 8 hours, starting at midnight for the server time, 8 a.m., and then 4 p.m. Real estate agents can no longer enter houses without a key from the owners. Basically, they're treated just like any other player. This is to prevent real estate people from walking into houses and just checking them out just because they feel curious. Drugs. So when you're planting seed or planting drugs, the seed yields have been reduced by 50% to kind of give you a reason to go back and get more seeds if you're unlucky. But for the most part, you should either even out or come up a little bit. And if you're unlucky, you're gonna probably lose maybe about, I think the most you would lose is maybe a third of what you planted. And that is basically you just get really unlucky. Manish, did you have a question or are you just flexing?
I was just flexing. Did you hear me?
Just flexing.
Yeah.
Ba, 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 ba.
Sorry, I didn't know if you could hear me in game. I was just flexing.
Oh, okay. No, like when you're trying to talk, just talk in Discord. That way even the recording picks it up. Just because some of us are too far away. RPG and the ammo have been removed. We all know why. The bonus for the scrapyard has changed from the RPG to the crypto sticks. This is probably going to change soon with the new addition of the weapon packs that we have. That we brought in last night. Everybody now knows the new zone around the military base. This is basically added into our anti-cheat. You try to walk out of there with a tank, and you're gonna get the boot. So just don't do it. Our unique log list is increased. This just means that we're getting more specific with our logs. And they're being dispersed to different channels to keep track of specific actions that are done automatically through the server or triggered by a player interaction. Anti-cheat thresholds for various different things, basically like robbing a player, cuffs, that kind of thing, where it has to be under a certain distance. This has been decreased so that it is not as strict, from 2.5 to 5 meters. This is just so it compensates for the desync between server and client. Sometimes you could see that you're standing right on top of them, but they're actually a few yards away. RPGs removed from the crafting list. You guys will get more to craft here soon. Blackout for the server on the tsunami is triggered at the 30-minute mark now. Maximum flood height randomized. The rate at which it climbs is randomized, and the cycling time is randomized now. And that is also synchronized between all players, handled by the server, so that everybody has the accurate and the same height of the water. This should stop people from getting thrown out of your boat at random and dying, like we were having before. We removed some MLOs. I'm not going to go through the actual list. We've removed some just so we can add some more in. And get rid of some broken ones. Test driving on the vehicles should be fixed. This was because of our fuel script. Weed edibles And all of the various types of ones also now have an effect to the character and your screen. You also have a chance to fall over the more you consume, basically to kind of give you like a little bit of a dazed sort of effect. These sort of things are going to start going and being dispersed as I update all of the drugs. Zip ties have been added to the list items. They've also been added to the server for criminals. They've added to the list of items removed on death. Mining locations have been fixed. Tsunami vehicle will be added to the city. Oh, to sell your boats. Those that back to the city like you do cars, that has been added near the docks where you buy them. You can now sell all weapons at the pawn shop. The biggest one that really needs to be known is this is a rule change concerning AFK status when missing town halls. It's now to compensate for our new town hall schedule. Basically, if you don't come to either of the town halls in a single month, upon the third town hall, your character's reset. Or considered AFK, essentially. And when I go in through and do AFK checks and get rid of stuff, your name is on that list. Car radio script got an update. You can now sell your pocket house back to the city if you no longer want it. This will just make it no longer owned and purchasable by anybody in the city, and it'll also soon mark it on the map for real estate agents so that they know, okay, I can go ahead and show this house, sell it, blah, 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 blah. You get... Yes. No. I haven't. The weapons at pawn shop do not include the 2 new packs that we added. And PD weapons, because they're free, are not going to be added. So even if people steal them from you, they can't go make a profit. And for the most part, once it's dead, it's dead. Cops now have the ability to reset illegal engines. The way this works is essentially if they catch you with it, they can check the engine. If you have a swapped engine, no matter what size, it's illegal. They will reset the car to factory standard, and it'll go into the depot for 1 million, and you have to go to the depot in order to get it out. It takes a full server restart to reset the engine, so they still have it for the length of the rest of the duration of that server session. But what this means is if you go pay $1 million to pull it out of the depot and you go joyriding and they get caught again, they're going to do it again for another $1 million, so you're still just going to go ahead and just keep paying $1 million every time you get caught. So allow a server restart before you go use that vehicle again if you want to keep it legal. The huge change to fuel, obviously, everybody should know by now. You could buy fuel stations and run them as like kind of a side gig. These do not count as jobs, as like your job 1, job 2. There's kind of a side hustle. And vehicles have all gotten their own classification of gasoline type, fuel type. Vehicles in the depot can no longer be pulled from the valet. Insurance claims have been fixed, so there's no longer fireworks when you do a vehicle claim. Firefighter script got a big update in order to sync the fires across all the server, or all the players of the server. It is now basically entirely handled by the server itself. Gas tank capacity increases. House garages still have not been fixed. You could pull a vehicle out, but you cannot deposit them in your personal garage. I am still working on this. StarValley Emergency Center, which is a new hospital, has opened up inside the city. It is available for all EMS. Ankle tracker on clothing has been changed to the correct actual piece, so when you get an ankle tracker on you, it will show it on your leg, and you will not be able to take it off. We have changed parole rules, basically repeated jail sentences. You start to go on parole when you get out, and this puts the ankle tracker on you for that duration of parole. Dynamic weather's back every 90 real life minutes, so every 90 minutes that you're in the server, weather should change randomly. Blackouts should affect vehicles, but they don't. But that's fine, because basically the whole entire city floods and you won't be able to drive, so enjoy your vehicles. Pets can now be sold at pawn. You're not going to get a whole lot for them, but you could sell them. I'll just brush over this big one. For the most part, just make a ticket whenever you got a problem, because it's going to get lost in the DMs. That's kind of the general procedure, or the generalization of that giant paragraph. The showroom floor vehicle in the casino now matches what vehicle you will get when you win the Lucky Wheel Spin car prize. Every time somebody wins that, I will go in and change it to a unique vehicle, and basically until that vehicle comes back around, that'll almost be kind of like a free one of one that you have won from the casino spin. Unless somebody else wins it on that same day before I change it. StarValley Emergency Care is now marked on the map. The mechanics, after their job name change, y'all have gotten your updated, so you're now on the phone list. You can now sit anywhere on any bench, any seat, as long as you can third eye it and you see that sit option. If it's not, like these benches that you guys are sitting at, just use your emote sit chair. That way everybody can kind of share the bench without sitting on top of each other. Big update to tattoo script. We can now bring in any tattoo you want, as long as there is an image for it. I can make any PNG into a tattoo in the city. There is going to basically be a price tag on this, but it will not be a lot, and you'll basically get like a bundle pack. $5 for like up to 10 tattoos. Just because it does take a long time. I have to go in and do a lot of editing for the image in order to make it work for the tattoos, and then also there's a lot of configuration once you bring it in and make it perfect. So bundle price, but bring them in. Make a ticket for it if you want to bring them in. Male and female gloves, if you're wearing gloves now, your fingerprints have only a 15% chance to be dropped on most robberies. And this includes robbing a house, robbing the jewelry store, truck heist, the stealing vehicles now. And I'll go over that real quick. Once you steal a vehicle, if you leave your fingerprints, it'll be in an evidence baggie in the glove box. I know this isn't very realistic, but the way you wipe your fingerprints from a vehicle is you take that evidence baggie out of the glove box. But that's the hacky way we could do it in a video game. Still working on house garages. Like I said, all robberies now leave your fingerprints, or at least have a chance to if you're not wearing gloves. If you are wearing gloves, pretty much guarantee you're leaving your fingerprints behind. All all of the weapons with the exception of PD weapons and the new pack that I have brought in last night with the PD weapons are now added to the list of weapons that can be used to rob the jewelry store. Every weapon class has its own speed of breaking the glass. Pistols are not all on there, but heavy ones or certain ones are on the list. But not every pistol will work. 2 new weapon packs. Oh, fentanyl got a huge update. Narcan is now into the city, and it is available to all of the emergency services. Genghis, I will be putting it into your shop as well as soon as we adjourn from Town Hall. But essentially, if a player ODs on fentanyl, they go down into convulsions for it depends on how much health you have at the time you go down, because you will slowly start to lose health and you can die, or if they give you the Narcan, they save you. But the only way to get out of those convulsions is to either die or get Narcan. Updates to drugs and their effects are coming soon, because I also want to tie them into the crafting system to where certain ones will give you an extra bonus to crafting and all of that other kinds of stuff. There's going to be a lot more bonuses to drugs, to crafting that will all be available. These are updates that are coming very, very soon. New drug lean has been added to the items removed on death. I don't know if fentanyl is on there, but it will be getting added if it's not. I know I said I put in a leaderboard, but like everything in the entire world that we have brought into this damn server, it needs configuring before it actually works. And so therefore it's literally just a board that says your name and some zeros. That is the wonderful list of changes that we've done to the server. Before we start opening up the floor, we need to address some things concerning a few different topics. I wish some other people were here, but that's why we also have it recorded. It is already in the rules, and I don't know if I have not made this clear, just my stance on this, but as a server owner, I'm not allowing any sort of racism, hateful shit inside this server, Discord or City. At this point forward, it's not even going to be a warning. I'm just going to give you a temporary ban, and if you come back with an attitude, it's going to be the straight ban hammer. Like Thanos snap, ban hammer. It's just not okay. It's not okay in the world. Like, don't bring it in here. I don't, you know, that's my stance. I hate it. I hate the hate. Just be nice to everybody. Be courteous. I'm sure there are a few choice words that everybody in the entire world can think of that would be insulting to them. We don't go out of our way to use those. Let's not use any of them here, even if it's acceptable somewhere. It's not acceptable here. That's the end of that. Unless somebody else has a comment on it or something to add.
I do.
I can't wait to hear this.
Well, I missed the whole thing, right? The picture or whatever. That was my take on the whole thing was. It's easy to be offended. I would have gone a little differently than what happened. To tell you the truth, and all this could have been skipped if you ask me, because I used to do dispute resolution. We used to do it in the military, and basically what it is, I would have in. I would have said, listen, expensive. To in at the time, say, listen, this is expensive. Bang, it's out. The guy's banned, whoever it is, a guy, girl, whoever.
Yeah.
That rather than go to the extreme end of it,
Well, I will delete it and then I will say something, but depending on your attitude, like, basically, depending on your attitude and how you react, like,
Yeah, if
that'll be it.
right away, that's fine, but I wouldn't go to the extreme. I wouldn't go in and offend anybody. I would just say, listen, that's offensive. Don't do it again, right? And if they, then at that point, it's up to them. If they say, no, screw you, I'm going to do whatever I want, dang, you're out. Like,
It definitely very much depends on
the situation.
yes. So I'm not gonna just straight out right click you, ban you out of the server, out of the city immediately. It's gonna be I will get rid of the message and we'll talk. But like, if you post, and the reason I can absolutely understand the way anybody would have reacted to that, because
I didn't see it, so I don't know.
so I'll go ahead and say it. It was essentially 5 KKK members, a cartoonish, you know, it was Minecraft. 5 KKK members standing around with pitchforks and torches while a black character hung from a noose.
Yeah, that's very offensive, and I would.
100%. There's no reason why you would think that would not come across as offensive to someone, especially with our mixed culture in this city. So
I would talk. Yeah. Okay.
he's been talked to, but things like
We did have a good sit down.
yeah, things like that.
I'm just saying, like, that's offensive. That's really offensive, and I would definitely take it out right away. But I wouldn't go in and start yelling at the person. Like, I didn't hear everything, and you know, if I'm treading on anybody's toes, I don't mean to, but it's not good to go in and start yelling at someone because you know, if you find something offensive, that's great. It's offensive, and I understand that. You know, I can be offended by anything, and Manish, you're here, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, when you put in that Bugs Bunny thing, like there's controversy over Bugs Bunny going back to the 30s, how racist the cartoons were, and they really were. And that's why I put the link in. I said, you know, I could find anything offensive, but I would go in and start browbeating you about it, right? I would just say, listen, man, like I did, right? And I tried to make a point. It might have been, you know, I didn't know.
I saw that you tried to make a point, which is why I gave you that sarcastic look. Like, really, like,
I saw that,
and I hand clapped it. Like, okay, big fucking deal, because I realized you didn't see particularly what
The image was.
here, so you didn't know exactly to what degree where
Yeah.
where that hostility came from. So that's why I didn't go back and forth with you. I just simply sarcastically just was like, okay, I'll be a hand clap.
I also want to make a point.
But yeah, but knowing if you would have saw it, then I think then you would have had a different understanding as to where my
The reaction came from.
No doubt in my mind, I would have, but what the takeaway from all of this is he should
All parts.
one thing that should never have happened. But I don't know if it was you or who it was went in on him, right? You know, tearing a piece off him. I wouldn't have gone that way either. I would have left it. I would have brought it.
No. And I will admit, and I apologize to him, because when I came into the conversation,
Oh, did you? I didn't know.
When I saw that sheriff, him,
No,
and
we had a good sit down.
thing,
Yeah.
I simply came in there and I aired it out, because I figured that was going to be the best way for me to really get it off my chest where it didn't affect anything, and that was that. And that's why I even said, and then when we had that discussion after it was said and done, it was done. I'm good. You know,
I didn't get it, so that's why I didn't want to go in, and I wasn't going to go in and browbeat you and say, "What the fuck you doing, man? You should be." I wasn't going to do that. I was just trying to make Lid's observation in there that I could be offended by anything, and that is offensive. It's a degree of offensiveness, I guess, right? Like, I mean, and I don't think any of us here are morally police, but we know what's basically
Okay, and what isn't?
yeah.
and what's offensive to you is different, right? And different on what's offensive.
Yeah, we're all learning each other, man. It's like a fucking
Exactly.
boiling
We're all
pot.
different. We're all different
Yeah.
ways of life, different areas. Like
And some of us bullshit and fuck around with each other and talk
I
shit
do.
here and there.
Like,
To the-
that's the thing.
To make a point on this whole thing, though, the way it was handled, really, in the long run, is pretty much how it's going to be handled. I mean, Manish reacted. I honestly think, in a very well tamed manner for that kind of imagery to be added into this, especially out of nowhere, because I don't know that that's ever been put into the server before that, but or any type of that kind of imagery has been put into the type of this server. But
Anything like that.
exactly the way it was handled, though, he was pulled aside. Sheriff had a talk with him. I had a talk with Sheriff beforehand, and it pretty much was handled very conflict resolution wise, and that will be it. But if he comes back and does it again, that's where the temporary ban comes in. You know what I'm saying? Because you now already know. But I'm just drawing the line, like, and I don't have to with 99% of these people, but now I have to for 100% of the people just because it's happened. So we'll let it.
I'm saying it wrong, but
No. I understand conflict resolution. I get it.
yeah, and we shouldn't.
I don't want to ban anybody, and I try not to, and I think that's been demonstrated fairly often. So I'm not gonna just jump to it. There definitely will be conflict resolution, but the line's now. Yeah, so all of the staff have the ability to move stuff out of Discord, and we will remove it. I'll be notified about it, and then we'll figure out what to do from there.
No, and my link that I put in there about Looney Tunes and how it was way back when, right? And it was removed like within a few minutes, and I laughed at it.
I removed it. I just did.
It's gone. Excellent. It's gone.
I didn't.
It
I,
wasn't meant
I
to
didn't
be
want to stir the
offensive.
pot. I moved it. I knew what
It wasn't. We're just trying to put the issue to rest, is all we're trying to do.
That was all.
Genghis, I knew I got what you were trying to do, and I saw it as sarcasm. But I realized, I said, if I would have posted one of those images that included something along the lines of what you were pointing out, then I could see someone saying, "Oh, I'm taking this and that."
Yeah, but it was just like a good morning. I understood it.
The image I used was simply, "Oh, I'm waking up," But if I would have went to those lines and added something from what you had pointed out, oh, exactly, I could see it going that way. But and again, I didn't take it any further. I just merely laughed it off because I saw what you were trying to explain.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to be offensive to you or anybody.
No.
Saying,
Yeah.
like,
No, in that instance, I knew exactly what you were trying to do, and that's why I put the little okay, and then I kind of clapped it off with the Joker, like ha 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 ha, like. But because I got exactly what you were trying to say.
yeah. I mean, because if that's the case, everybody's gonna be offended by me because I fucking got no shut off on my mouth, right? Like,
No, I get it.
and I literally try not to say shit in game, not racist or anything like that, but I have a big fucking mouth, man. I mean, I was in the Navy for 25 years.
Genghis, if we had HR, you'd be at the top of their list every day. That's all it is.
I just thought real quick, like, my old unit put me in charge of like harassment and all this stuff.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Fucking mouth. They said, "Oh no, you're it." Right? I say, "I don't want to do it." They get their no, you're doing it.
Yep.
You know, and that was
No,
fair.
dude.
I thought.
No, that's why I say, trust me, I did 12 in the Navy, so I definitely know. I was just, like I said, that particular instance just caught me off guard and started reading what was going on, and I'm like, yo, what the hell? And I just had to, kind of voice that, and I hope I didn't
Get your own TV.
Voice it in the wrong way. I just wanted to make it clear how that imagery to me was not cool. There's other stuff I know that could slide under the radar where there's underlying, meanings and stuff here and there, but that to me was just one of those like overly blatant situations.
See, and I only heard one side of it, so to speak,
Yeah.
right? Like, and I didn't even see the picture. W said he was gonna show it to me and.
Oh no, and
but-
but that's why I made it a point that I submitted it to the admins. That way, it was like, yo, this is what was there. So
Yeah.
you know, oh, that I didn't do that. No, I made sure that everything was done the right way. I had the evidence of the proof, took the image, made a statement like, yo, take this down,
Yeah.
send it over to admin, and then that's where it got handled. So after that, that's why I was like, yo, once I was able to speak my piece on it, I apologize for my portion in regards to the actions, but then I let it go. That was it.
I gotta tell you, because I asked him. I asked the young fella. I asked the young fella if he meant anything racist by that thing, and he said no.
No, it's very much a part of his everyday. He is very young. It's part of his everyday. I even talked to Jay, like his dad is, we don't have to air it all out, but you know, it just, like everybody's got a different way of talking, everybody's got a different way of living, everybody has a different living situation. So we're just averaging it all out. But I don't think it was handled at all bad. I don't think anybody overreacted. And I mean, this is pretty much the way it was handled there is how it's going to be handled in the future. Don't keep repeating it because obviously that's where you're just blatantly being disrespectful. So
I gotta say, if anything, I mean, as soon as something like that happens, if it ever happens again, which I highly doubt, considering what it was.
delete it and take it out of chat so it's not in general. That's really what we need to do.
Yeah, it needs to be removed as soon as somebody sees it, like, or says anything, like.
Yep.
And then whoever the person is needs to be taken aside right away and say, listen, you don't put up that shit, right? And you say it, Nick, here, like.
Yep.
It's got to be truly, it's got to be enforced because I don't put up with bullshit like that in my real life. So why would I do it anywhere else, right? You know what I mean?
And I mean, for the most part, every single time I've had to get stern and put the line in the sand, like everybody's been careful not to cross it. So I don't think we'll have any problem from here on out. But just to put a little bit of perspective on the levels of imagery we crossed in that one night alone, I was going to come in and say something about all of the twerking gifs, just because there are some ladies that are going to come into a server, they're going to see that, and they're going to walk right back out just because they find that kind of thing offensive. And that, again, goes along the lines of what Genghis was saying. Everybody has a different definition of what is offensive. So we just need to make sure that everybody feels comfortable here. We all know if we're sitting here posting basically porno videos and porno shorts and shit like that, we're never going to get any females in here. It's going to be a giant sausage fest. We all know that if we keep posting, you know, lynching pictures, we ain't going to have any ethnic background in here. It's going to be a bunch of white folks like yeah, you guys get where I'm going with this. So we just, you know, coexist.
Well, we got to be sensitive to
everyone
at once.
Yep, and that's, you know, we're all big age difference here. Some of us are 20 years apart, you know?
Some of us was in NAM.
So.
My other thing was, like, I take from all this is that you got to be, if someone says to you that they find it offensive, take it to heart. It's offensive to them, and remove it. If it's yours, if it's anybody else's, you know, say, listen, it's got to go, right? Like,
yeah,
it can be discussed later, but at that time, it needs to go. Like, I find.
You the problem.
Yep.
I'm the problem.
Yo, nigga, my problem.
I was in the NAM. Are you doing a High Hitler thing?
No, I'm pointing.
So,
as far as I know, he's just pointing.
The only other thing that I really needed to break up was, yet again, RP. Just gonna get right into it. It's once again concerning doctors and how you handle getting in and out of a scene. Scenes can happen at random. A player walks up to you, even if you're just chit-chatting, guess what? That's a scene. Give him a conversation, you know? Be like, nah, man, you know, I'm in a hurry. See you later. That's the end of the scene. Boom, you're done. Drive off. But you scened it. You know what I'm saying? So, when there is death in a scene and you go down, you have a lot of time before you're in trouble of losing your inventory, going to the hospital, blah, 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 blah. If you find yourself having to do T/help in the middle of a scene, great. Put your hands up and literally stand where you are. Wait, because you could still be a part of that scene. EMS guy could be on his way and he has to come pick you up, call you code blue, take you to the hospital, and bring you back from the bed. You know? That's just how they RP it. Let everybody RP. Join in the RP. That's why we're all in an RP server, so we can RP. So let other people's ideas influence your RP, just like your ideas influence everybody else's RP. And, you know, there's rules. If they get violated, take them to a ticket. Tell the admins. We're very good at conflict resolution.
Whereas I myself enjoy being violated, just so you know.
Yep. So if you kidnap Genghis, just remember that. He enjoys being violated. Is it illegal if I like it?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. You did your thing with these emotes.
You'll catch. Hey, I'm just quoting like half of the ladies that walk around this city. I didn't write the script.
These emos are crazy.
Alright, so that's all I had, you know. Let's RP. That's why we're in an RP server. To RP. So let's RP, let's not hate it.
Multiple times.
Oh no! Smoke!
Nah, that's crazy.
No.
Yeah, and that is, you know, there are situations where you can shoot a cop as soon as you get out of the car, but, you know, traffic stop's not one of them. You know, for the most part. If you're robbing a bank, honestly, I expect you to start shooting. Just some warning shots, but play that shit out. Not everything needs to end in a bloodbath. That's what Purge Night is for. All right.
I only have one question, but that's in regards to a message I sent to you, Nick, in Discord.
Just now, or
Oh, it was a couple days ago, I want to say.
in my DMs? All right, I will check those. What's up?
My bad.
I was curious about the availability of that one.
Stay still,
It's already in the city, of course.
It is already in the city?
Okay, yeah, it's already in.
Where the hell are you? There you are. Oh.
Come down off of that, buddy.
So you're like fifth on the list of people who have asked me about that.
Okay.
So we'll
Probably be a line for that one.
yeah, it is. All I can say is taxes.
Yeah.
You know. On that note, last thing I'll say about taxes. Here's the routine. It posts on the 1st of every month on the very first server restart. So 8 a.m., that server restart. Your taxes are posted. As soon as it comes back up after 8 a.m. restart for server time. You have until the very last day of the month to pay those taxes. And that is literally just logging in and typing in T/pay my taxes. And you have to do it manually.
Now, I do have a question because I did I've already paid mine, but when I go into what's my taxes, it still shows me having a balance for the next 29 days.
Because, wait, share your screen and show me.
Okay, let me.
Fold it up.
Okay, so I went ahead and I've already paid mine, but
Correct. So it's telling you It's telling you what you will owe next month.
So in the 29 days, even though I've already paid that, I just know that's what I'm gonna have to pay in 29 days.
When you do the T/What's My Taxes, what it does is it basically goes through the first cycle when it posts, which is gathering all of your information, all of your assets, all of the costs. And then it will tell you what a single month of taxes would be with your currently owned assets. So when you do T/What's My Taxes, it's you simulating a tax post, a tax cycle.
Right, but if I accidentally hit my button to pay my taxes again, is it gonna automatically take the taxes
Do it.
and double my payment?
Do it. Do it right now.
Oh, you have already paid your taxes for this month. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool.
I don't build things half-assed.
Because that's what I did if I made the mistake and accidentally hit that button versus checking my taxes, how that would happen.
Yeah, and that's what it is. What's My Taxes is basically you just checking what your total taxes are with your current. So if you go buy something right now, say you want to go buy another house, but you want to see how much you owe in taxes beforehand, you do What's My Taxes before you buy it. As soon as you go buy it, it may take a server restart, but honestly, you should be able to, as soon as you have the keys to that house, you should be able to do T/What's My Taxes and see the difference.
Oh, okay.
Because it's simulating what a tax cycle would be for you with your currently owned assets right at that given moment.
Gotcha.
So it's just a way to simulate your taxes so you know kind of what to expect every month. And I know it's probably everybody's very scared of this. Everybody that I've heard of that are like new flying into the city, everybody's telling me like, oh, they're just scared of these taxes. And it's like, you're looking at this all the wrong way most of the time. It's not necessarily a way so you lose money, you're gonna be depleted, you're gonna have to sweat about money all the time. There's a lot of ways to make money. If you're playing, you're gonna easily pay your taxes, no problem. The taxes is essentially an AFK timer that can recycle the assets of the city. One-of-one vehicles, houses, businesses, all this stuff that everybody wants when they fly in.
Oh, no.
I'm not even. I didn't even press that, bro. What the fuck was that, game?
Damn. And on that happy note, because I got it on record, I think we can adjourn if nobody has anything else.
I don't know what. Look, I'm limping from that game.
Nah,
I need to sit down for that one.
I needed to go outside. This is
He
just...
just sexually assaulted me.
Damn.